Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Life Lessons card of the Green Woman. And you're kind of bookended by Green Women right now. You know, the Three of Stones, she's got that Green Woman there. She's, got herself secured to the earth. She's got her hands on the horse and the auroch. Very grounded energy. And the Empress, or this Green Woman, is also very grounded energy. Okay. She is in the Wildwood Forest. Okay. She kind of breathes that divine word of life into the forest. Okay. The cup that she has the milk of love and of nurturing. And, with that, she's able to nurture the plants. She's able to nurture the animals and anybody that walks through there. Okay, the green man gets nurtured through there, and the green man nurtures the green woman as well. So, she's a symbol in this Wildwood Forest that is of the element of fire, which we've got a lot of. We've got the Ace of Bows down here, and then, the Three of Bows. So, what she's doing is she is giving you that spark of life. She's giving you that fiery passion of being fulfilled. And now she comes out, just that you're at this crossroads from yesterday, this Three of Bows fulfillment, again, that's got balance on there. And she's all about balance, this Green Woman is. And she looks at you and says, are you ready to brave all the tests that are coming your way? That's the question that she asks, because she wants to give you that richness of the Great Mother. She wants to feed you, okay, that nurturing milk. And she's going to nurture you along the way as you're continuing your path. And that, the Life Lessons card is all about, again, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's life lessons, right? It's not that it's going to happen tomorrow. This is something that's going to happen over time. Where all of the Three of Stones, the Three of Vessels, the Six of Vessels, Two of Vessels, those are all daily cards. Okay, so this is something that, here you've been working on your happiness, your joy, you're reuniting with somebody, you're feeling fulfilled, you've attracted them, you feel this spark, and she's looking at you and she says, are you ready for the test? Are you ready for the test of that relationship? Are you ready for that test of that job change? Are you ready for the next step in your spiritual journey? Those are the tests that she wants to ask you. And she does. And you answer how you want to answer, but, yes, I want to move forward in that relationship. Yes, I want to move forward with that career change. Yes, I want to move forward with that spiritual journey. Those are the answers you should be giving her. All right. But if you feel that you don't, I don't know if I'm ready for that relationship. And she's going to look at that and says, you know what? I accept that answer, but we can work on it. You may not be ready, but I'm here to tell you that I can give you the milk of the Wildwood Forest and nurture you through this process so you can grow strong, so you can get, have that wisdom, so you can, build something that's got that solid foundation, right? To build that relationship to where everything's grounded. You're on, a good, I want to say equanimity, right? Where everything's the same. But she also knows that the tests that are coming up, you're going to have to step up. You're going to have to be brave in looking at that partner, or brave in looking at that job offer, or brave in looking at that spiritual journey and saying, if you looked in the mirror and say, am I ready? Your eyes tell you a lot. And if you say yes, that's the commitment of moving forward. Okay. And those that pass the tests get the gifts of love, and the riches of the earth. Everything that's there. But you have to pass the test. That self-test within, as well as the test of the universe, test of, how spirits guide you, and just understanding. Because if you're not wholly committed to this, she's not going to help nurture that along the way. She wants you to be committed in that relationship. She wants you to be committed in that job, that you're moving forward. She wants you to be committed in your spiritual journey. And when you say yes to that, then guess what? She's going to bless you with boundless energy. Just like the 10 of vessels, where there's so much happiness coming down, all right, that every cup is going to be filled. There's going to be so much water you can't gather it all right? Here she's gathered the milk in her bowl, but I can guarantee it's endless. So she's going to continue to nurture you. She's going to continue to help you along your path to reach the goals that you want to reach in a relationship and a career with your spirit. And as you do so, you get that strong bond with her. And with the green man. I'm going to say that right now because they're both hand in hand. Okay. And once you get that bond and you're attuning to the Wildwood Forest, you're attuning to that relationship, that new person, and that's hard. Trust me, I understand. New job, that's hard. Got to get in there. Got to, make your mark, not step on people's toes. I get it. I understand. Same thing with the spirit. Every step along your spiritual journey is meant for you to grow. The universe is going to put you in positions to help you grow, seek that wisdom, to seek that knowledge. And she's going to be a part of that, this green woman. And she appears right now at a time of rich nurturing, okay, and protection. And the life lessons cards are about protection. Here you've transitioned. That's a card that just came out. You made it to the other side. You say, you know what? I don't want to be bored anymore. I don't want to, have this, these challenges, fighting for territory. I've got my own territory to fight for. That's what I'm going to do. I want to be creative. I want to have that joy, that bliss. You've met somebody possibly in that reunion, or you had an idea come back up, which is a reunion. You're attracting all this new information, maybe even other people, right? You've got that ace of bows, that spark of life. And now you're feeling fulfilled. And she's like, you know what? You are right where you need to be. And I'm gonna nurture you with the richness and the bounty of the Wildwood Forest and protect you along the way. Protect you as you're learning, protect you as you're, initiating the new ideas, and kind of be that voice, on your shoulder saying, hey, you might want to try this. Have you thought about this? Maybe it's not a good idea to, put this, in this area. Maybe you better, have you thought about this? So, when she comes around and it's part of that loving relationships with others in the universe, you're one with your soul. You can feel it. Just as this green woman is bound to the earth. When you become grounded and you feel that Earth Mother energy and you feel that green woman energy, okay, you're being nurtured from the universe and from the world. And you're part of that Earth soul. You're part of that life lesson of saying, you know what? So-and-so is trying to do right. So-and-so is looking for, a spiritual relationship. So-and-so is looking for that special someone, to work with, in their life, to have that significant other, to make things, happy, right? So, that path is one of understanding on your end, on their end, your company's end, the universe's end. Understanding what's going on, all right? And sometimes it's just listening to the wind that's outside or feeling the crispness of the air to understand, okay, what nature is trying to tell you, to understand what the earth is trying to tell you. To understand, that with every challenge, with every test that's there, you're going to be nurtured through it, with the milk of the forest. And with that responsibility of doing that comes a blessing. And that blessing is nurturing you along the way on your spiritual path. So you can be a better person with your significant other. So you can be a better person with the next person you meet to have that relationship with. So you can be a better person, okay, where you're at work. And, so you can be a better person when you're with the company and understand things. And once you become, all that, and you're grounded, and you start understanding things, and you start to awaken it, that's when you awaken to the, everything that's going on in the world. Understand what's going on in your community. Understand what's going on in your state. Understand what's going on in your province or, country, whatever. And just be one with everything. That's the responsibility that the Green Woman's given you. And once you get that responsibility, it comes with healing. Healing for you, healing for others, so you can go out and be that beacon. So you can nurture others along their way, right? So learn from the spirit of the earth and be at one with the world. And in essence, let her nurture you to your true higher self. Because once you are at your true higher self, and it's hard to hold on to, all right? All these things we talked about here for the last 7 days. Happiness, transition, creativity, joy, reunion, attraction. It happens more and more and more and more and more. The coincidences just keep coming and coming and coming until they're natural, until they're normal. And before you know it, it's like you've been on your spiritual path for so long, you don't even recognize when those challenges and those tests come up because you're clicking them off. You're checking them off in boxes and just saying, you know what? That's all you got? Give me more. And with more comes more responsibility. And more responsibility means that you can, share that love out with the world. All right? So like I said, learn from spirit of the earth. Learn and be with, one with the world. And get to that higher self. Your true self. Your true spiritual being on where you want to be, who you want to be, and how to go forward. So that's today's message out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, the Green Woman. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and check out the stand store below if you want a reading. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.